Okay, today's video is slightly different. I thought you might be interested in this. As you know, I grow chilies, and lots of my friends grow chilies. Partly because I just like chilies. I like chili sauce. I like the flavour. I like the intensity of the heat. It reduces. It produces a number of other beneficial effects, and I use them medicinally. What I will do is as most of you know, I look at various different therapies that we can use. I use these for my own osteoarthritis. As you can probably see, I've got quite severe, it's called chronic osteoarthritis. All my fingers and whatever are quite deformed, and my joints become quite inflamed. So what I do with these, those that I don't eat, I dry out. These are ones that I got earlier this year from a friend called Gareth and Jordan, who so what I'll do is I'll let them dry as much as possible slowly and let them cure. Then I'll grind them into a powder, and I'll either make a paste or a spray or a poultice, and I'll apply those to the joints that hurt. We've also found that by making a dressing out of this, we can use this with some cancer patients, and it will help to reduce the it sounds bizarre, it will help to reduce the inflammation of radiotherapy sites. We don't make it overly strong. Anyway, so but today there's a little quiz I'd like to give you. So first of all, this is a travel pack which I purchased from Waitrose. It's a standard travel pack. As you can see, it's got inside, the bottles for your perfumes, and there's a little spray in there which I'm not going to take out because I'm not going to open this pack. But as you can see, there's a little spray bottle in there that you'd probably put, I don't know, perfume or Chanel No. 5, or I don't know if people still use Chanel No. 5. When I don't have my own supply of chilies, and it is seasonal, I will experiment with different things, and this is one that I experimented with. This is Nando's peri peri sauce, extra hot, which is 99p from Waitrose, and I've just got the receipt here, which I don't know whether that is going to show up. So we've got the Spa travel set, which is £5, and Nando's hot peri peri sauce, which was 99p. So £5.99, and that will give me. I do dilute the sauce, and when I've dried and ground the chilies, I will mix those with Absolute vodka, pepper vodka. That just makes it more easy to spray, because actually some of these sauces, I don't know whether you can see, they actually have this one especially has got seeds in, and it's also got little bits of garlic in there, which as well as using it as an anti-inflammatory dressing, it's actually quite nice on sandwiches. So today's quiz is, if you combine that with that spray, apparently that is an offence. I've written it down, but I'll read it to you. It's an offence under the Firearms Act of 1968. So combining that with that becomes a section 5 brackets 1 close brackets brackets B close brackets. So section 5 1B firearm. So this is a section 5 firearm, because that act says that anything designed or adapted for the discharge of a noxious substance. And I'm very sorry, Nando's, I do apologise that it was your sauce that I chose, but it is one of the nicer sauces in terms of it tastes nice, but it also acts very nicely anti-inflammatory wise. It's not got a massive amount of really hot chilies in either. I know it says it's extra hot, but it isn't really kind of like massively hot, not compared to some of the sort of like the Dorset Naggers and the Scotch bonnets and things that we've had in here. But combining those two together, that makes a Section 5 firearm. Now, I wondered about this because the law says that any container designed or adapted for the discharge of a noxious substance then becomes a firearm. And I found this, I think in Aldi, which is hot chili shots. Hot chili shots. And these are them. Here. Let me just... I don't have the dexterity in my fingers that I used to have, but just let's have a little look at what we have here. There's 4 of them, and if I can, I'm not very good with one hand, remove that and that. So what we have, I like these little shot glasses. I think they're beautiful. But that is a glass which comes with this beautiful chili sauce. There's Tabasco, there's all sorts of different chili sauces that come with this. Okay, so this is oh sorry, I showed you the wrong side of the label. The camera's not really focusing in on it very well, I'm afraid. There we are, Tabasco, which is also a chili sauce. So according to the law, this little bottle placed in this glass here, that glass is now, that was designed for the discharge of that chili sauce, or as the law says, a noxious substance. These, as they come out of the pack, these already contain, these glasses contain a noxious substance. So should you go to Aldi and buy this, you are in possession of something which has been designed for the discharge of a noxious substance, and that is a firearm. So Aldi are selling firearms, and Waitrose, much though I do love Waitrose, and Nando's, and the people who make these travel sets are basically supplying the ingredients to make a firearm, which is also covered under current anti-terror legislation. All of these are items which could be useful in an act of terrorism. Think about the implications of those laws. What's even more bizarre is this pack. It's designed to be compliant, airline compliant. So you know when you fly, you can have all your stuff sort of like in this little pack, and you can put your makeup and you know whatever in there. Well, I did 7 flights earlier this year during my American lecture tour. I did 7 flights, and I took my little homemade chili sauce with me, my Section 5 1B firearm, through 7 airports, security checks. Nobody batted an eye, and on the plane. And so this went onto the plane with me in my hand luggage. So I took a firearm onto an aeroplane, if you want to look at the way the law is constructed. Now, underneath this video, I'm going to place a link to a spray that you can actually buy, which is exactly the same that I make, except it's £4.99, and it's a lot bloody hotter than the ones I make, I can tell you. And this all seems like this is incredibly bizarre that I'm on a firearms charge for possessing a spray which you could class as a condiment. The fact that I use it mainly as an anti-inflammatory for my arthritis, and it's well accepted that you know chilies are a very good anti-inflammatory. Along with the increasingly large doses of painkillers that I'm prescribed, quite heavyweight painkillers, you know, I'm managing to control the arthritis. What I'm not managing to understand is how on earth this could so easily be the cause of being charged under the firearms legislation. However, I have been charged under firearms legislation. So I'm in a rather strange. That's the quiz for today, and it's a quiz that doesn't really have an answer, because I find it too bizarre. It's not something I can really get my head around, and I do question. I'm sure the law, as written, wasn't intended to cover Nando's sauce, travel bottles, and watered down with a little bit of Absolute vodka. I've sprayed this on pizzas and sandwiches and things. It gives them a little bit more flavour, especially kind of like cheap Tesco's pizzas. Sorry, no offence Tesco's, but you know, your pizzas, they're very good, but they're cheap, but they need spicing up a bit. So that's why, you know, so it's good. And Aldi, Tesco's, Waitrose, everybody, please just you could fall foul of the law in possessing and selling stuff that could be useful in an act of terrorism. And that worries me. It worries me that the laws that we have to so-called protect us can also be used to control us in such a way that we have no defence. That's the way it's working. And now it's just cost me £2,000 to get a barrister, expert witness or something or other to go and look at the bottle to see whether or not it's a firearm. And I'm sort of, I don't know, I almost feel like I've slipped into a parallel universe that accepts all this sort of thing as normal, and it isn't normal. It just seems strange. So please, if you think this is odd, please feel free to share this video, because I think it's incredibly odd and worrying, very, very worrying that the legislation can make this all so damaging in terms of the criminal charges that can be laid against you. So anyone buying this, you know, be wary of that. And if you think this is wrong, please share the video. If you think I'm talking bollocks, then okay, that's fine. Maybe I am, but I can't see how these, which anyone can grow, or that which anyone can buy, this is not, it doesn't, this, the whole thing seems very strange to me. Anyway, that's today's video. Make of it what you will. I think it's quite strange. Make of it what you will. But anyway, there we go, that's it. So thank you.